My name is Agnes Tuniga, and of course, a Happy New Year to you. And this is our very first episode for our news bulletin tonight in this year 2023. First a look, it's our top stories. TRA announces the highest tax revenue collection in history. Government of Zanzibar to recruit more teachers. Good evening once again. I am Agnes Tuniga. You can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBConline, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages at TBConline. During the first half of the financial year 2022-2023, from July to December 2022, the Tanzania Revenue Authority, TRA, has managed to collect 12.46 trillion shillings, equivalent to 99% of the targeted collections of 12.48 trillion shillings. This is an increase of 1.35 trillion shillings compared to 11.11 trillion shillings collected during the same period in the 2021-2022 financial year. The TRA statement issued by the Commissioner General Alpayo Kidata explains that the increase is largely due to the improvement in the tax payment and better interactions between the TRA and taxpayers. For the month of December, TRA has collected 2.77 trillion shillings, exceeding the targeted goal of 2.60 trillion shillings. The December tax collections are the highest since the establishment of the authority in 1996. To know more about it and what this means to Tanzanian economy, we are joined by the TRA Taxpayer Services and Education Director, Mr. Richard Kayombo, talking to Nasa Kingo.
Thank you very much, Agnes Tuniga. Mr. Kayombo, welcome to TBC News.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on making history in the highest tax revenue collections for the month of December 2022. What has been the secret?
Well, there has been a number of things that we've done during the year. One of those was working very closely with the taxpayers by talking to them whenever they have issues with their tax payments to ensure that they pay their taxes voluntarily. But one of the other most important thing is taxpayer education. And we've tried to devise taxpayer education to cater for the different groups of taxpayers. That includes the big taxpayers with whom we interact so frequently through our large taxpayers department, but also have the small and medium taxpayers that we go to through our famous campaign, Elimu ya Kodi Mlango kwa Mlango. That means going door to door. And we meet them where they are. We try to find out what challenges they're going through and try to resolve them right at their doorsteps. And this has encouraged so many people to get registered and pay their taxes timely. But the other thing that we've done during the course of the year is to invest in technology. There are a number of things that we were doing manually that we've now decided to do electronically. For instance, filing of tax returns, which used to be a very cumbersome process, has now been resolved in that people no longer have to come to offices to queue. They simply submit their returns online. I know we have some challenges still that we are working on, and very soon they will be resolved. Hopefully in a month or two, we will be working very well. And this has also encouraged us enabled us to collect more revenue. For instance, the VAT returns that used to be submitted manually and could take a lot of time to realize the taxes coming out of the VAT returns can now be realized on time.
With this pace of tax collection, what does it mean to the Tanzanian economy and Tanzanians as well, as a whole?
This gives a lot of hope to the government, because when we collect enough revenue, it means that it's corresponding to the budget of the government, and therefore it means that the government will be able to meet its expenditures to meet the expectations of the citizens. If there's been funds planned for construction of roads, bridges, and other types of infrastructure, as well as catering for socio-economic activities, it means that there is going to be enough money for the government to spend on these planned activities, and therefore we expect a lot of progress in terms of government services to the citizens.
Tax collection is not an easy task. What message do you have to the taxpayers or anybody who is conducting business and is supposed to pay tax in Tanzania?
I hereby, on behalf of the Commissioner General and the TRA at large, call upon the taxpayers to kindly comply with the various laws and regulations. And please, if they feel they are not comfortable about something, our doors are open. Our regional managers, the district managers are always open to talk to them to resolve issues that come up as far as their revenue payments is concerned. Our aim is to ensure that every taxpayer is properly engaged to make sure they don't face any hurdles. But as we go along, we also encourage them to give us feedback. We are not doing things very well so that we can improve. And also, we also request them that if they see some areas where there's revenue leakage, they get informed us so that we can get in touch with the rightful authorities to ensure that these things are resolved and the taxes are collected timely, but also in the manner that is comfortable for both of us.
As an authority tasked to do tax collection here in Tanzania, should that pace be expected as well for the year 2023?
It's our expectation that we'll continue with the same pace and probably surpass the target that is set for us this year. We have a target of 23.60 trillion to collect. As you may realize, up to December, from July to December, we've so far collected 12.46 trillion, and that's 99% of the revenue collection, with the month of December, which is the highest ever in the history of Tanzania Revenue Authority, with the 2.77 trillion. We are very hopeful that it's going to be a very good year, and when we do certain things right, definitely we will get to the target of 23.60 and probably surpass it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kayombo.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That was Mr. Kayombo from TRA, who is a Tax Services and Education Director, breaking it down for us. What does mean for them to have to record the highest tax collection in the whole history of the establishment of the authority since 1996? Back to you, Agnes.
Thank you very much, Nasa Kingo, for that well-detailed report. We continue with our news bulletin tonight. The President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, has asked the Ministry of Education and Vocational Training in Zanzibar to collaborate closely with the Public Service Department to recruit teachers in the country. Dr. Mwinyi has made the remarks in Pemba region after the opening of the new two-story building of Mwambe Primary School. Zanzibar is marking the 59th anniversary of the Revolution of 1964 this year.
Napenda niwasihi wananchi wenzangu.
I urge you, my fellow countrymen, to continue to show cooperation by valuing the efforts done by the government. It is everyone's responsibility to take good care of these buildings. I want to thank the member of the parliament of this constituency for all he has just said. It is absolutely true that the building for that old school is still in good shape. It is my hope that even this new school will be taken good care of as well.
In addition, Dr. Mwinyi expresses his satisfaction with the management of funds worth 68 billion Tanzanian shillings given by the Ministry of Education and Vocational Training for the construction of schools, and adding that the revolutionary government of Zanzibar will continue to give priority to improve education system.
Kwa kuipongeza sana Wizara ya Elimu na Mafunzo ya Amali.
Let me finish my speech by congratulating the Ministry of Education and Vocational Training for the great work they have done in improving the education sector. In the past, we had worries whether or not this project will succeed. I am very happy to say that the work has been done and it is great. We have also heard the data about the number of classrooms, and it indicates that there is a need for another school here. I promise you that we will build another school at Mwambe.
Meanwhile, the former president of Zanzibar, Dr. Ali Mohamed Shein, says the presence of numerous hotels in the island of Zanzibar is proof of the growth of the tourism sector in the country. He has made the statement in Unguja South region when he was launching the Toa Hotel located the Unguja Central District. He adds that initially there were only 2 hotels in the area. Here is the report by Rukia Mputila, read by Nasa Kingo.
Celebrations to mark 59th anniversary of the Zanzibar Revolution. Various development projects are being launched, and various foundation stones are laid in Pongwe. In Central District, a 5-star hotel, Toa, is officially launched.
These ripples effect needs not be limited to the economic factor. Their impact had also a social and a cultural dimension.
The Executive Director of the Zanzibar Investment and Promotion Authority, ZIPA, Sharif Ali Sharif, and the Minister of State, President's Office, Labor, Economic Affairs and Investment in Zanzibar, Mudrik Ramadan Suranga, say the investment sector has flourished and has attracted many investors to the island. This is the type of investment that Zanzibar needs. An investor is given a plot of land, ensures he fulfills the investment project. We really denounce all those investors who hold pieces of land but do not conduct any productive activity on it. Let me tell you all, we will confiscate the land. The former president of Zanzibar, Dr. Ali Mohamed Shein, says that the tourism industry helps to increase country's income and provide jobs for young people.
Utalii ndio roho yetu sasa. Na utalii ndio sekta mama ya uchumi wetu.
Tourism is the mother sector of our economy. All the other sectors should make sure that they support the tourism sector, and this is very important. Countries such as Indonesia, Malaysia, Australia, and the UK, they all depend largely on tourism. Therefore, the efforts to strengthen tourism should be conducted in solidarity. Meanwhile, the number of tourists in hotel is reported to have increased many folds after the COVID-19 pandemic.
Dar es Salaam Regional Education Officer Alhaj Abdul Maulid urged primary school teachers to continue enrolling Standard 1 students. Maulid made the remarks in Dar es Salaam as it is 1 week before the official opening of the schools. Dar es Salaam region expects to enroll more than 110,000 primary school students. The Regional Education Officer explains that Standard 1 students have started going to school earlier to get used to the school environment.
According to our instructions is that Standard 1 students should start 1 week earlier than others. So today, the 2nd of January, the Standard 1 students have started their classes so that they can be familiar with the school environment. We expected to approximately 110,000 students in Dar es Salaam, and almost 80% of Standard 1 students have attended school. I want to remind parents that we are continuing to receive the students, and for those who haven't attended school today should come tomorrow.
Regarding Form 1 students, he says there is no second selection because the government has built adequate classes.
10 classrooms for Form 1 students. These are enough classrooms for students. This year, we won't have second selection because the classes that have been built are enough. We are grateful to President Dr. Samia for these schools. I urge all the parents to bring their children to school because there are enough classrooms for everyone.
The police force in Simiyu region expects to plant more than 15,000 trees in order to preserve the environment as one of the region's strategies to deal with the climate change. Here's the report by Pascal Michael, read by Nasa Kingo.
Simiyu Regional Police Commander ACP Blasius Chatanda made the remarks during a tree planting campaign that involved the police force.
We are planning to plant trees starting from 15,000 to 20,000 of trees in different areas. Also, we all know, as being instructed by Honorable President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, the importance of keeping environment in our country.
On his part, the Bariadi District Commissioner Lupakisio Lakapange explains how they plan to execute the exercise.
We intend to plant 3 million trees for this year because we have also determined to make this activity sustainable. And we, as the government, will continue to provide seedlings to the extent as being instructed by Honorable President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan.
Wonders of nature. Here is a story of a piece of rock that resembles with a fishing canoe in Lake Victoria.
Another wonder of Mount Baraka, which is located in the town of Bunda in the Mara region. The region has various tourist attractions, including a range of rocks, which present wonders of nature for tourists. Another touristic attraction here is a rock that resembles a canoe. This is especially meaningful to us who live along Lake Victoria. This includes people from Mara region, Mwanza, and Kagera. As I turn around, you can see that rock on top of two rocks. As you look at it, it resembles a canoe. Perhaps canoe makers learned how to make canoes by imitating the shape of these rocks.
Kimojawapo kikiwa ni mtumbwi ambao unaning'inia juu ya mawe.
This rock hangs on other rocks. One should not have carried this rock to those two rocks because it weighs more than 20 tons. It is not just one rock that has a shape of a canoe, but there are other rocks that present a series of wonder of nature.
Angalia huku nyuma yangu.
Look behind me. All these rocks look like canoes. They all look like canoes bringing people here. And all these rocks have occurred naturally. No one has carved them into looking like this. And there are so many of them.
That item concludes local news tonight. International news is up next. And here is Nyambona Masamba with the international news.
Hello, it's good to have your company and welcome to international news. Evacuations warning are in place for parts of North California where floodwaters of inundated homes and buildings. More than 12 centimeters rain fell in San Francisco on Saturday, making it the second hottest day there in 170 years. In the area, people had to be rescued by boat from their flooded homes. Many roads are submerged and a flood warning is in place. To China, reports suggest it could be a rise in COVID-19 cases that caused concerns around the world. The increasing number of countries are now imposing new restrictions of travelers from there. The Chinese government relaxed its tough restriction last month after a rare protest. Reports suggest it could be a rise in COVID-19 cases that caused concern around the world. The increasing number of countries are now imposing new restrictions of travelers from there. The Chinese government relaxed its tough restrictions last month after a rare protest. Beside the pandemic, Australia was popular destination for Chinese travelers and are expected to return soon as China prepared to open its borders in the first time after almost 3 years. However, on Thursday, Australia passed new restrictions. Canada, United States, United Kingdom, Japan, India, and South Korea, they also screened passengers from China. In Europe, France, Italy, and Spain will do the same and encouraging other European nations to follow the suit. From China to Australia, at least 4 people have been killed when 2 helicopters collided midday in Australia, state of Queensland. It happened in South Port of Gold Coast, the tourist destination south of Brisbane. At least 13 people, including 3 passengers, were injured. Transport Safety Authority are investigating. To Asia, thousands of people have been stranded in the Philippines' capital main airport after a major power outage fed travel to a halt. Around 300 flights were grounded in Manila after a failure of both primary and second power supplies. Airport officials say it will take up to 72 hours to restore power. From East Asia to Latin America, the bridge connecting Colombia and Venezuela has fully reopened for the first time in nearly a decade, allowing people and cargo move across. The improved relations between the 2 Latin American nations made it possible. Authorities reopened the 2-meter bridge on January the 1st with First by Nation ceremony. And Luis Lula Inácio da Silva was sworn in on Saturday as the Brazil new president. Thousands witnessed the inauguration of the veteran left-wing politician, well known as Lula. It is the 3rd time he had the nation's highest office, the post-one of the closely fought election. Nyambona Masamba, TBC, Dar es Salaam.
That was international news brought to you by Nyambona Masamba. Sports news is up next. Welcome back once again, and here is sports news with Mario Cheto.
Tanzania national cricket team has qualified to play off 4 World Cup Championship competition scheduled to take place later this year. Tanzania Cricket Association Executive Director Hamisi Abdallah says Tanzania national team cricket is well prepared to compete for the chance and hoping that it will definitely qualify.
I think we have a chance because like you see that we had a goal for the last 2 years, and then if you see our team is improving day by day. So if we have a good preparation, we hope that we will get a chance for the World Cup. For the cricket fans, we just tell them to continue to support us, and then we hope that 2023 will be the best year for the Tanzania Cricket Association.
Tanzania will face strong teams like Zimbabwe, Uganda, and Namibia, as only 2 teams will qualify for Cricket World Cup competition. Tanzania artists have been urged to produce quality artworks which will penetrate into international markets. Speaking during the Kahawa Night show held in Dar es Salaam, artists told TBC reporter that the show has given opportunity to showcase their work to international markets.
Don't give up on your talent. The beginning is hard. It's very hard, but keep going, keep pushing, and the doors will open.
We did a good job. Fans have enjoyed the show. I hope we shall do better in the future.
Music fans urged the artists to produce quality artworks which could inspire international audiences.
They should not fear anything. They have to build confidence. If Gina has done it, hopefully they will do it too.
First of all, they should understand what they have in their talents and expose them to international level.
Different artists entertained their fans during the Kahawa Night show to mark the end of 2022 and open the new year 2023 as the new era of entertainment. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Mario Cheto, TBC News.
With that sport item, we have come to the end of our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Agnes Tuniga, and thank you very much for watching.
Soka ni mchezo pendwa duniani kote, na mara nyingi unapochezwa watu wa sekta mbalimbali huletwa karibu wapendwa. Mara nyingine hujulikana kama dabi wakati timu pinzani zinapocheza au watani wa jadi. Ndinga, mbungi na kadhalika ni majina yanayohusu mchezo huu pendwa. Moja ya michuano inayowaleta karibu watu